Hey, what's up, everybody? I am your high performance mindset coach, Jay Hollingshed. And what I do, I help athletes win more competitions and consistently get better statistics. I help entrepreneurs become more productive and consistently earn more profit. I am your high performance mindset coach, Jay Hollingshed. Welcome to another episode of my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. Now, today is day 50 of this entire series. So still got a long way to go, but we've made some great strides. Today is day 50 of 365. And today is Sunday, Sunday being the first day of the week. So we discuss pillar number 1. Day 1, pillar number 1. Pillar number 1 is awareness and mindfulness. Awareness and mindfulness. Now, I want to start off by showing you a magazine that I subscribe to. It's called Mindful. I've been subscribing to this magazine maybe a couple of years now, and I can definitely say for anybody who wants to become a mindfulness practitioner, if you want a lifestyle of being mindful, this is everything you need right here in this magazine. It's a quarterly magazine. Just look it up, go online, Mindful Magazine, you will find it. Has a lot of great information in there, and some of that information I'm going to share with you today in this episode, starting with their definition of mindfulness. Now, they describe mindfulness as mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing, but not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. That is the perfect definition of mindfulness, if you ask me, because that explains being present in the moment. Being present in the moment. Now, there's also, I was listening to a podcast, a sports psychology podcast, and there was this NFL player talking about what he described as mindfulness. He is a mindfulness practitioner. Hey, Tony Keys, I appreciate you watching, man. This NFL player described as mindfulness, he said every minute of the NFL game, he is not in the moment, is a minute he is not in the NFL. Now that's a very profound and deep statement, because actually if he is in the NFL and he's in the game, that's where he should be every moment of that. He should own every moment of being in that game. But when he's not owning that moment and his mind is somewhere else, he is actually wherever his mind is. He is physically present at the NFL game, but his mind is somewhere else. And when your mind is not in tune or aligned with your body, mistakes are going to be made. Mishaps are going to happen. You are not going to perform at your highest level or to your potential. With that being said, that takes me back to a time when I was in Memphis. I was actually still on the Memphis Fire Department, and I was studying for a lieutenant's test. Actually, this was fire officers training. And this was not too long after, I take that back. It was long after that. But it was, we were watching a video, and it's the perfect example of mindfulness. We were watching a video of the 9/11 or the 9/11 event where the planes flew into the Twin Towers in New York. And there was, this is actual footage we were watching from the lobby, from the first floor lobby of one of the towers. And this was the commanding officer, the chief that had command. He was commanding the entire, he had command of the entire scene, everything. He was the incident commander. And he was calm and collective the whole time. Mind you, in the lobby, you could hear, the towers were tall, the planes flew into the towers, and the building was on fire. So everybody that was in the building above the fire, above the flames, were actually jumping from the 110th story, 111th story, 112th story, and they were falling to the ground. And the way the lobby was situated, the lobby was situated kind of outside of, it extended beyond the actual tower. So the actual top of the lobby There were bodies falling on the top of the lobby. You can hear the thuds. And as this, whoever was filming, with every thud, they would kind of shake a little bit because they knew there was a body falling from the towers or people jumping. And we can see this happening because in the windows behind the fire chief that was actually being filmed, they look like shadows of people just falling. So in the midst of chaos, this chief was in complete control. His voice inflection did not raise. He was able to talk on the radio and give precise, exact commands of what he wanted to do, what he wanted his team to do, where he wanted his staging set up, everything about the entire incident. He commanded the incident. Why? Because he was in command of himself and he was in command of the moment. That moment he was owning it. Now, like the NFL player said, if for every moment of an NFL game he is not in the moment, that's a moment he's not in the NFL. Let's apply that same statement to this fire chief. Imagine him not being in the moment at the time of that incident. Imagine him not owning that moment. Because of his work, the losses were at a minimum, and a lot of people were actually saved because his mind and body were completely aligned and everything was going smoothly. You can tell from his tone of voice, his voice inflection, like I said, it didn't go up. His reaction to everything that was happening around him, including people running down the streets, screaming, bodies falling on the building, bodies falling outside. People mind you, he was in the lobby, so chaos was going on all around him. But he stood firm and he held his ground and held his composure. That is an excellent example of what a mindful practitioner is able to do. You are able to maintain who you are in the moment and not get overly overcome by everything that's happening around you. Let me read you that definition of mindfulness again from Mindful Magazine. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. That's exactly what was happening with this fire chief. And that's a perfect example of mindfulness. Now, let's apply that to us on our jobs or in the games that we play. For those of us that are athletes or those of us that are coaches, imagine that we are in the match and you're an athlete, or you're in the match, in the competition, and you're there, but your mind isn't there. Your mind is on that driver that cut you off in traffic. Your mind is on what's for dinner because your stomach is growling, or your mind is on the argument you had with your significant other. Let's say that you're at work and you're an entrepreneur and you are not totally focused on the work that you're doing. Your mind is on Facebook, your mind is on any other social media event, or your mind is on what your neighbor in the next cubicle is doing, or your mind is on something else that's not work related. When you are not present in the moment, you are actually robbing yourself of the opportunity to be great in that moment. You're robbing yourself of your opportunity to be great, period. So mindfulness, being aware of where you are and what you are doing, and not being overcome by everything that's happening around you, but you notice everything that's happening around you. When you are in control of yourself, you are in control of your world, your surroundings, like the fire chief did. He was in control of himself. He was in control of his surroundings. That was his world at that moment, at that time. He was present in his world, which was the incident. So he commanded the incident. Why? He commanded himself. How was he able to command himself? Because of mindfulness. That's all that I have for today. This is your high performance mindset coach, Jay Hollingshed. I appreciate you guys for watching, listening. I really do appreciate it. So feel free to tag somebody, share this video. For those of you that haven't been able to catch this video, or this is your first time watching, I appreciate you watching. Those of you watching on replay, thank you for watching as well. Now, if you missed any episodes between episode 1 and episode 50, go to my YouTube channel. All of my episodes are backlogged on YouTube. Once again, I am available for coaching. If you want to be coached in mindfulness and to obtain the type of mindfulness that fire chief had, the type of mindfulness that this football player I was talking about, that type of mindfulness. If you want to stay present in the moment, own the moment, and not let your surroundings own you during that moment, go to speaktojay.com. The link is provided. SPEAKTOJAY, speaktojay.com. And I will gladly talk with you about being coached in awareness and mindfulness, and also the other 6 pillars of my mental performance program. Thank you so much. Be well, stay blessed, and through love, be a blessing.